found that if there's one thing that really intimidates people from making it from scratch is homemade gravy. A lot of people are afraid of it. They just don't get the basics. But look, this is the ingredients that we're going to use today in our homemade gravy. I'm using beef stock today, and you can use broth stock, bone broth, whatever you'd like. You can also make this with chicken stock or turkey stock and vegetable stock. So whatever you have, whatever kind you'd like, you can do the same method. We're using equal parts of butter and flour and a few simple seasoning. I'm using garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of fresh thyme. We will also be adding salt and pepper, but depending on what type of broth you're using, you're going to want to adjust the amount of salt that you add. When I'm using my homemade stock or broth, I usually make that without any salt at all, so I'm going to add a little bit more salt. If I'm buying store-bought, try to get the low sodium version of the stock. You're just going to want to add the amount of salt that fits your taste best. I have my pan on a low heat, and I'm going to add my butter, and once it is melted, I'm going to add my flour. Go ahead and stir that in. We're going to cook the butter and flour together, this roux together. That helps cook out the floury taste, but we're also going to make this become a very nice deep brown, and that is going to offer flavor and color to the gravy. If I were to make my gravy right now using exactly how it is here, my gravy is going to be very pale in color. So we want this to get a lot darker. You can see we're starting to get some golden color. We want a little bit dark, we want to go deeper than that. We are going to whisk in 2 cups of our stock, and I like to start out slowly. I'm going to add my seasoning. And a little bit of salt to start with. Turn my heat to medium, and I want this to come to a simmer. As soon as this begins to simmer, it will begin to thicken. Once it reaches the desired thickness, we turn it off, and we taste it, and it's ready to go. See, it's starting to get thicker, but it's not the consistency that I would want for a gravy yet, so it goes a little bit longer. Okay, this is exactly how I like my gravy. It's done. I need to taste it to see if I want to add more salt or pepper. Just perfect. A few troubleshooting techniques that you're going to want to know about. If your gravy is too thick, add a little bit more stock. Just whisk it in a very small amount at a time until it reaches your consistency. If your gravy turns lumpy, which it shouldn't if you followed all my steps, but if it does, get a fine mesh sieve and pour it through, and it'll take out, the gravy will pour through and the lumps will stay in there. If the gravy is too thin, just let it cook a little bit longer until it reaches the desired consistency.